Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about the difference between slant height and the height of an object and which one is important depending on if we're finding surface area or volume. So let's go ahead and take this object here. So this is a replica of a triangular pyramid, and they're actually two triangular pyramids put together. So fortunately I cannot separate them, but so here's a triangular pyramid, and say we wanted to find the surface area of it. Remember, surface area, we're going to find the area of what would cover it. So we'd want to find the area of the base and then the area of the three sides. So when doing that, we need to figure out what the slant height is, meaning from one side, from the top down to the base. So we're not concerned about the straight height of the object going from the top. If we were to hang a string, figuring out how tall the object is, we want that slant height, what it's like across the side here. So if we wanted to find the volume, we would need the height, meaning if I took a string and I figured out exactly how tall this object is if I were to set it down. So if we're looking at surface area, we want slant height, meaning I could take a marker and draw down the side of a shape. But if I want to find volume, I want the actual height here. So we're also going to talk about how to make your own cone. So looking at objects in our house, cone is not always the first object we have. So this is a very, very small replica, but I'm going to show you to make a bigger version of a cone. And again, if I wanted slant height, I would look at this length right here, right? If I could draw right down the side. If I wanted the actual height, I want to know how tall this object is. So looking here at this example, well, how do we find that? Well, given our slant height, that would be going along the side. Our height would be going straight down. Well, what if I'm missing one of them? What if I'm given my height, but I actually need my slant height? Or I'm given my slant height, but I actually need my height. If we look here, this actually creates a right triangle. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So I recreated this right here, where h is my height, s is my slant height, and r is half of the length of the base. So if I'm given just one of these, and I have my base, which is almost always given to us, we can then find one or the other. So we're going to talk about that today. So we're going to start by how do we make one of these cones here. So all you need is a piece of paper, scissors, tape, and some sort of circular object. So I have a blank piece of paper. I have this dome that sits on my coffee table with some fake succulents underneath it. So side note, this is a great example of a shape that does not work. This is not a figure we can find the surface area of. It's like a half dome. It looks kind of like it could be a semicircle, but it's not. So this is the type of object we would not actually use to find the volume, but I'm going to use it to create a circle here. So let me bring this up a bit. So I'm going to take a pen and I'm going to outline this dome. So again, we are making a cone here. Pull that away. And now I'm going to cut this circle out. So now is a great time if you want to pause your video, grab a piece of paper so you can make your own cone here. Follow along. It can be anything. This one I made, this little tiny one, I made with a glass. So I just had a glass of water there and I traced the bottom of the cup. So I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so now that I have my circle, again, you can use anything, a candle, a paint can, whatever that may be. Now I need to find the center of my circle. When we talk about circles next unit, this will be something we'll talk about, but to find the center of a circle, all we need is 2 diameters because diameters meet at the center. So what that means is just fold your circle in half 2 times. It doesn't matter, it does not have to be perfectly, you just have to fold it twice. So now you can see I have a center. The center is where the 2 meet. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut to the center, but I'm going to stop. So just cut that much there. Okay, so I have a circle, I've folded in half twice, and then I can take this, I'm going to show you on here, and I can round this, and I can go as far or as close as I want. The more I twist it, the tighter my my cone will be. The looser it is, the shorter my cone will be. So wherever I decide, all I need to do is then take a piece of tape and tape it closed. So give me 1 second here to tape this. Okay. So here is my cone. So yes, it's gonna be a little slightly bent because we cut it. That's okay. It'll kind of slowly round itself out. So here I have a cone. So everyone now can have a cone at their house with just a piece of paper, scissors, a circular object, and tape. So now let's actually find the volume. So I could take my tape measure here and I could hold it up here and try to guess how tall it is. But when I do that, I can't tell exactly the height. I can't be super precise. But what I can be precise on is the slant height. So I can go along the side here and I can figure out what my slant height is. Meaning I'm figuring out what S is. So here is my cone. So my slant height of this cone is, we'll work in centimeters. We don't usually do centimeters. It is 9 centimeters. So along here, this is right here, 9 centimeters. And again, that's going along the side. And now I need to find my diameter. And again, my diameter, I want to go straight across, and it's good to do 2 or 3 diameters just to make sure we're actually going through the middle. So this one says 9.5, and another one 9.5. So my diameter, interestingly enough, that is 9.5 centimeters. But if you remember, for volume for a cone, our volume is 1/3 the area of the base, which is pi r squared, times the height. Remember, 9 is not our height. 9 is our slant height or our lateral height. We need to find this dotted line right here. We need to figure out what the actual height, how tall my little cone is right here. So I want to figure out how tall this is. So what I need to do is I need to create a triangle here. And I need to figure out my height. Remember, this is a right angle. And then I need my radius, not my diameter. And so I need to cut my diameter in half, which means this is going to be 4.75. And I already know that my slant height is 9. So now I just need to use Pythagorean theorem here. So I can say 4.75 squared plus h squared equals 9 squared. So I want to figure out what my height is. So I get h squared equals 58.4375. I take the square root of both sides, and h equals square root of 58.4375 gives me a height of 7.64. So that is my actual height. So for your assessment this week, you guys are going to be measuring different objects. You will need to find slant height. So you're going to measure, you will need to find your height. So you'll measure the slant height and then use the Pythagorean theorem to find your height. So now we know that this is 7.64. And I can plug all this into my volume equation. So 1/3 pi, my radius is 4.75 squared, and my height is 7.64. So I'm going to plug all of that in. 1/3 times 4.75 squared times 7.64, and then I'll tag on pi. Remember, you should use the pi button. And I'm going to get that the volume is 180.51 centimeters cubed. Remember, we're working with cube units here for volume. Okay, so we can measure that slant height, and then we can find our actual height of the pyramid using the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so now we're going to do one more. We're going to go back to this example that we started with, where we have this triangular pyramid here. So So I'll go a little closer so you can see better. So again, we're just finding the 1/2 of it. So I already took the measurements before this. Going across on the base, so going in the inside here, it's 3.75. I measured along this side here, and along this side it's 3.5. And I can't find the actual height of this item, or this object, so I went along the side here. So if I were to draw a line, actually we'll draw a line along that side, I'm not sure if you can see that, but I drew a line, and that is 3. So those are my measurements there. So now I want to figure out what the height of the actual prism is. So I will redraw that triangle that I have here. As my pens go flying, just like class. I'm going to redraw this triangle to figure out what the height is. So I have that dotted line is h. My slant height is 3. And now I need to figure out what half of my base is, meaning figuring out what this length right here is. Well, I just do 3.75 and I divide that by 2. So this is going to be 1.875. So now I need to use Pythagorean theorem. So I can say 1.875 squared plus h squared equals 3 squared. So then I'm going to get h squared equals 5.48. I'll take the square root of both sides, and h equals 2.34. So my height of my pyramid, meaning if I were, I can't actually, but if I were to set this on the ground, it would be 2.34. This is all in inches, inches tall. So now I go back to my formula, which is the volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So 1/3, my area of the base is 1/2 base times height because it's a triangle. So 1/2 times 3.5 times 3.75. And my height I calculated is 2.34. So now I plug all of this into the calculator. So I have 1/3 times 1/2 times 3.5 times 3.75 times 2.34. And I got a syntax error. Let's see what happened here. Oh, there we go. I'm doing this live with you guys. And then times 1/3. And I got a volume of 5.11875 inches cubed. So I'll say the volume is 5.12 inches cubed. Okay? So again, when we are looking at which do we need, slant height or do we need the actual height of the object, slant height is for surface area and the height is for volume. Okay, go ahead and hop on to Math Excel. This will help you with number 11. If you have any questions, hop on to office hours. Have a great day, guys, and enjoy making your little cones here.